Assalam-o-Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are going to start the chapter 4 from the book Tasheel Nahw. And chapter 4 is also the last chapter of this book. And the topic of this chapter or today videos is Al-Awamil. Al-Awamil is the plural form of Amil, governing words. In the previous video, I have already explained you what is Amil and Ma'mul, so there is no need to repeat those discussion again in this video. But for instance, remember, we can say that Amil are the words in Arabic language which are responsible for make changes in the upcoming words after Amil. So Amil are those type of words which are responsible for make change in any i'rab of any words. Definition: an Amil is a word that governs cause i'rab changes in another word. There are two types of Amil. One is Amil Manaviyun and another one is Amil Lafziyun. So there are two types of Amil. One is Manavi and another one is Lafzi. The Amil Manavi are Amil which are not visible in sentence. So Amilun Manaviyun are those type of Amil which are assumed that there may be. This is the reason, that's why this word having Zamma, Fatha or Kasra. So we assume that there is this type of Amil, or this is the reason why this word is having Zamma, Fatha or Kasra. But the actual reason is not visible in the sentence. So those type of Amil is called Manavi. Another one is Amilun Lafziyun. Amilun Lafziyun means these are those type of Amil which is visible in sentence, and we understand and we can see that this word is the reason behind Zamma, Fatha, Kasra to the next word. Now, there are two types of Amilun Manaviyu. So the assumed Amil are of two types. One is called Al-Ibtida'u and so one is called Al-Ibtida'u. It means that the being free of Amil Lafzi or Amilun Lafziyun gives Rafa to a Mubtada. Don't worry, I'm just going to read as usual and then I will be explaining you inshallah on the board, so don't worry about it. So first let's read from here and then I will explain everything. Like Zaidun Qa'imun, Zaid is standing. Here Zaidun is the Mubtada which is marfu because of Ibtada. Qa'imun is khabar and it is also marfu because of Ibtada. Second, in the case of Fe'l Muzare, being free of harfu nasab or harfu jazm or Fe'l Muzare or rafa. What are all these harf nasab and jazm? We are going to discuss inshallah, so don't worry. Like Ya'malu Zaidun, Zaid is walking. Ya'malu is marfu because it is free from harfu nasab or harfu jazm. Then we have Amilun Lafziyun. It is an Amil which is in the word form. There are three types of Amil Lafzi. A word can be of three types, Ism, Fi'l and Harf. So similarly, a Amil can also be a three type. Amil can be a Fi'l or Harf or Ism as well. So first is Al-Huruf, second one is Af'al and third one is Al-Asma'u. Now, Al-Huruful Amilatu. Those huruf which are responsible for make changes in i'rab. Some of them we have already discussed in the previous chapter. Like about huruful jarra, we already knew that harf jarra gives zair to the next word, that is ism. Then we have huruful mushabbah bil fail. inna, anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla. These are huruful mushabbaha bil fail, and they are responsible for give zabar or fatha to mubtada and zamma to khabar. Then we have ma wala mushabbahataini bilais. So these words are responsible for give mubtada az-zabar and rafa to the khabar, but there are some other reason and situation where the i'rab keeps changing when we are using ma wala mushabbahataini bilais. Then we have waw al-ma'iyyah. Waw al-ma'iyyah is a harf. A waw is a harf which comes with a maf'ul word, and that waw is responsible for give zabar to the word, the next word actually. Then we have huruful istisna like illa and hasha, khala, and these all huruf are responsible for make changes in the i'rab of mustasna. Then we have hurufun nida. Harf nida are responsible for the i'rab of munada. And then we have la allati li nafi'il jins. Then the la which used to deny the whole gender or category, this la also gives zabar to mubtada. So all about all these huruf we have already familiar and discussed in detail about these huruf, their i'rab, their uses, their translations. So right now we are not going to repeat those things in this video. Now second part, that is a huruf. So one thing just remember, here all these huruf only responsible for make changes in ism. These huruf does not used with fail. So these huruf are only used with ism. It means these huruf can only change the i'rab of ism. But in Arabic language there are some huruf which are responsible for change the i'rab in fail also, such as fail muzare. So now what we are going to learn about fail muzare and the effect of different types of huruf on fail muzare. You may be not able to understand this clearly if you haven't understood or learned the rules of fail muzare and what are the other huruf which we used before fail muzare. So don't worry, I am going to read first in this book and then I will be explaining you. First I will be helping you to understand the fail muzare first, and then after understanding the fail muzare we will be using all these huruf which comes on the fail muzare, and we will see its effect on fail muzare as well as its translation. So one is hurufun nasiba. Nasiba made from nasab. It means these huruf give nasab to fail muzare. Then we have huruful jazima, which is extracted from jazm. So these huruf give jazm or sukun to fail muzare. Now we have al hurufun nasiba. So those huruf which are responsible for give zabar to fail muzare are izan, kai, lan and an. An, lan, kai, izan. These are the four huruf which give zabar to fail muzare. These appears before fail muzare and cause the following changes at the end. They give the last letter a fatha if it is not a noon or tasniya or jama. If the last letter is noon, tasniya or jama, it is dropped. The exception is the noon of to jama muannas. Don't worry, just read from here. You will be able to understand these things when I will be explaining you the concept of fail muzare and its uses and ruling. So I'm going to explain you definitely inshallah. So first let's read from the book only. Now the meaning of an is that or to. An generally used after between the sentence, not in the beginning of sentence. For example, uridu an adkhulal jannah. So here this an is giving zabar to adkhula. If there was no an, the i'rab of adkhula should be adkhulu with pesh, with zamma. But now we have the i'rab of lam with zabar because of this an. Then we have lan. Lan also gives zabar. So lan yadkhulal kafiru. So this yadkhula was actually yadkhulu, but once we added a lan here, the i'rab of yadkhulu converted to fatha. Now lan yadkhula. Then we have kai. See, astarihu, it should be astarihu, but now we have used kai, so the i'rab is with fatha rather than zamma. Then izan is also give zabar to fele muzare. So tafuzu here is fele muzare, which i'rab was tafuzu with zamma, but when we add izan, its i'rab converted to tafuza with fatha. Now, sometimes an together with fail gives the meaning of masdar. In this case, an is called an al masdariya. An tasumu khairul lakum. Sumukum khairul lakum. So here, after an, we have tasumu, but it was actually tasumuna. But when we use an, the noon is dropped and it becomes tasumu. Don't worry, I'm going to explain you. What is an masdariya? Let's understand only an masdariya here. See, in the very beginning of our Tasheel Nahw book, I told you that fail are of 4 types. One is mazi, another one is muzare, third one is fail amr, and fourth one is fail nahi. Where the mazi tell us about something which is happened in past. Fail muzare tell us about something which is happening right now or will happen in future. So, what we understood that fail have some tense inside it, and that's the major difference between ism and fail. Ism also have single meaning, independent meaning, but it does not have any tense inside it. But in fail, there is no existence of any fail without tense. So for fail, we require tense. But an masdariya has this is a harf an, which has a power to remove the tense from the fail. So suppose if you remove this an and you translate this tasumun, it means you are all fasting. Okay? Now when an is added, just remember, when I am saying you are all fasting, it means I am talking about a situation where something is a fasting action is happening in present. So there is a tense. But when we add an simply remove the tense from that word. So now the translation will be you're fasting, not you are fasting. See? So that's the difference. And how you can able to translate like this? You cannot able to do this in the beginning, but as the day passes and you get familiar with the Arabic sentences and you start solving, you will get a lot of experiences, and then you can easily translate these types of sentence. So don't worry about it. What you have to remember right now is that there is a an which is called an masdariya, and masdar is ism. So it's, of course, we know what is what does the ism do. So an masdariya simply remove the tense from the fail, or you can also say that an masdariya simply convert the meaning of fail into ism. That's the easiest way to remember an masdariya. Now, an is hidden after the following 6 huruf and cause fail muzare to be mansub. Now in Arabic language, there are 6 more huruf which is used before fele muzare, and it give fatha to fele muzare. But those huruf are not capable of providing the fatha to fele muzare themselves. So what we assume that after these huruf there is a unhidden. For example, hatta. Whenever hatta is used before fele muzare, hatta gives zabar to fele muzare. So here we have hatta adkhula, which was actually hatta adkhulu. Sorry, before hatta it was adkhulu. When we add hatta, it become hatta adkhula. So it seems like hatta is also responsible to give fatha to this fele muzare. What we are saying, no, hatta is not directly responsible for providing fatha to this fele muzare. What we assume is that just after hatta and before adkhula, there is an hidden here. So the actual sentence is hatta an adkhula. Now the question is, why we are assuming it? What is the purpose behind assuming this? So the purpose behind assuming this is that hatta or lam juhud or aw, all these 6 letters, they have some different uses also. Okay, like aw, in the previous video we already understand what is the use of aw, and aw is actually a amil. Aw is actually a harf atf which does not which is not responsible for changes in i'rab, which is not responsible to make change in any other's i'rab. They do not bother any other word. That's the actual use of aw. But here we are using aw and then we are eliminating the noon. So it was actually tut'ini na, tut'inina, sorry, tu'ti yani ata yuti, so tutiyani. Okay, so now we are saying that this aw is actually harf atf, but again we are using harf aw here before fi'l muzare. So now a same word is using with a different form, we used with a different format. So the readers can get confused that whether I should use this aw as a harf atf or anything else. That's why we assume that no, aw does not play any part or any role in changing i'rab. There is an hidden after aw which changes the i'rab. Same thing with every word here. See, lam is here liyu'azzibahum. Before this la, it should be yu'azzibu with ba with zamma. But when we added lam, the i'rab of ba converted to fatha. So it seems very normal, no? But remember what I told you. Lam is also one of lam is also harf jar. Yes, in this sentence that lam is not used. There, this is li, but this is not the lam harf jar. But the question is, I know that this is not a lam of la harf jar. But how can a beginner student should make a difference or tell a difference between the lam which is harf jar, which only which comes with ism, and here this lam comes with fail? So how can one able to understand and make difference here? Because it seems like the lam is the one who is responsible for make the change in fi'l muzare. So this is directly violating the rule of harf jar, because harf jar only comes on ism and lam is one of the harf jar. So we are saying no, lam is actually not changing the i'rab of this fi'l muzare. What we assume is that there is an hidden after lam and yu'azziba fail, which is responsible for make the changes in the i'rab of yu'azziba fail muzare. Understood? So what we understood from this whole discussion is that sometimes some other word is used rather than these huruf nasiba, and those huruf also give fatha to fi'l muzare. But those huruf also have some other uses in Arabic language, so the readers does not get confused and they can able to tell the difference. What we assume is that an is hidden if these huruf are used with fi'l muzare. If these huruf are used in their own original form, for example, if we are using aw with as a matuf alayh and harf atf, there is no problem with that. But when we are using aw with a fi'l muzare, then here we assume that there is an which is actually affecting the i'rab of fi'l muzare, not the aw directly, but we have removed the an here, we just assume it. Now, an is hidden after the huruf and fi'l muzare to mansub like hatta. Then we have lamul juhud and lamul nafi. I will tell you what all these things, lamul juhud and lam nafi. Simply just remember, lamul juhud means a lam which comes to deny something, or lam nafi. Lamun nafi is used to deny something, and lam juhud is how we can say is juhud. Simply just remember denial with a uh, uh, denial with emphasized meaning or empowered meaning. Lam which appears after kanul manfiya, like ma kana Allahu liyuzibahum, Allah was not going to punish them. After au, which has the meaning of an, ila, until, illa an, but and that unless, like la al zamannaka au tu'tiyani haqqi, la al zamannaka au tu'tiyani haqqi. So here au, after au, ila and an is hidden. Yu'aqabul musiyu au ya'tazira. So after au, actually illa an is hidden here. Then we have after waw sarf, that is a waw that turns away from the word after its effects, which has the amil, which the amil had on the word before it. It is waw sarf, like la ta'mur bisidki wa takdhib wa an takdhiba. So here the an is hidden after waw, that's why the takziba have zamma. Otherwise, if this is not here, it should be takzibu. The waw is also known as wawul ma'iyya or wawul musahaba. We already know about this waw. The sentence must start with nafi or nahi. Then we have e. After lamu talil. Lamu talil means a word lam which tell us about the reason why this fail happened. That is called lamu talil. Lam that has a meaning of kai, and the lamu talil has a similar meaning kai, because kai also do the same. Like jitu li astariha, I came to you so I could rest. Li an astariha. So after li astariha, we have an hidden here. So li an astariha. Then we have fa. After al-fa'u as-sababiyya al-jawabiyya. The fa that comes in the jaza. I already explained you what is shart and jaza. So there is no need to explain those things. So after fa also an is hidden. Like zurni fa ukrimaka. Visit me so I can treat you with hospitality. Treat you hospitably. So here fa ukrimuka. So just after fa an is hidden. So the sentence was actually fa an ukrimaka. Then with nahi. So al amr. Here zurni is actually a command. So that's why this is fele amr. Nahi is a command in negative, like la tatghaw. Do not cross. So this is a command but in a negative. Then we have nafiyu. Nafiyu means a fele manfi, like ma tazuruna, you do not visit us. And then we have al istifham, means question, like aina baituka fa azuraka, where is your house so I can visit. So the fa used with all these four, there are total 6. On all these 6 location, either with after fele amr, or after fele nahi, or after fele manfi, or after istifham, or after tamanni, like laita or la'alla, and after al-arz. Al-arz means there is a special word which is used for requesting someone, like ala tanzilu bina, why don't you visit us. So here la tanzilu is actually not telling us that you should not visit us. This type of sentence is generally used, that why don't you visit us. So here this sentence is not denying the information, rather it's just simply requesting the first person, the second person to visit. So hatta, au, wawu sarf, lamul juhud or lam nafi, lamut talil, and fa, all these 6 letters, they are responsible for change the i'rab of fele muzare, but they do not have a potential to change the i'rab of fi'l mudari their own. So we assume, the scholars assume, that the an is hidden just after these all 6 huruf. Now the third rule of an is that an has to be written after lamut talil if lamut talil is joined. As we already knew that after lam talil an is hidden. So sometime an is hidden and sometime an is visible. So if you want to mention an in the sentence or in a word, then in that situation you should write an by associating with lam talil. So you should write like this: li an la, and in the modern Arabic li an la pronounced as li Allah, and noon is eliminated. So li Allah is actually li an la. Now the fourth rule of an is that which appears after a fail with the root letters of mim, lam and ain is not harfun nasab. Therefore it does not cause fi'l mudari to be mansub. Such an is known as an al mukhaffafatu min al musaqqala, that is the an which was anna. There is one an also. This an is actually anna, and this anna is actually used on ism instead of fail. Inna, anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla. These are the huruf mushabbah bil fail. They only used with ism, not with fail. But sometimes you will see this an on fail muzare, and you will see that they are not changing the i'rab of fail muzare. So if an is there and they are not making any changes in fail muzare, remember that that an is not an, rather that is anna, not the simple an. Okay. Okay, so before solving the exercise, let's understand this. Let's summarize all those things. Okay, let's understand this on the board. Awamil. We have already understood about awamil. There are 3 types of awamil. One, awamil, which is ism; awamil, which is fail; and awamil, which is harf. So a awamil can be ism, a awamil can be fail, a awamil can be harf. Let's understand the example of ism awamil. When you are saying kalamu zaidin, here the i'rab of zaidin is changed by kalamu muzaf. If there is no muzaf ilay, there is no, if there is no muzaf, there is no muzaf ilay. So why we are giving zair to muzaf ilay? Because it comes with amil muzaf. So here the i'rab of muzaf ilay is decided by muzaf, and muzaf qalamu is ism. So we can say here the amil is ism. Now the example of fail. When I am saying nasara zaidun, here the zaidun having zamma on it. Why is zaidun having zamma on it? Because zaidun is fa'il, and the i'rab of fa'il is zamma. But how we are saying zaidun is fa'il? We are saying zaidun is fa'il because it just came after fail, and we know fail does not exist without fa'il. So actually here the fail is defining the fa'il. So if there is no action, there is no doer. So here nasara is actually a fail which is responsible for give zamma to zaidun fa'il. So if there is no fail, zaidun is no longer a fa'il, but there is a nasara fail. That's why we are saying zaidun is fa'il, and if zaidun is fa'il, it must accept the i'rab of fa'il. It's a simple. Now example of harf. When you are saying ala zaidin, why zaidin having zair here? Because of ala harf jar. So here the ala harf jar is amil. Now these are the 3 examples that a amil can be ism, fail or harf as well. Now there are 2 types of amil. One is called amil lafzi. Amil lafzi means when the amil is visible in word. For example, in the above three example, amil is visible. Qalamu is amil visible, nasara is amil visible, ala is amil visible. Then we have manaviyun. Manaviyun means assumed one. This is not visible. For example, when you are saying ar-rajulu alimun. Ar-rajulu alimun is a mubtada khabar. And we all know that mubtada will always have zamma on it. But the reason is why mubtada should always have zamma on it. When I told you, and it is very clear that every word and the i'rab on it, there are reasons. Without reason, we just cannot blindly put any kind of i'rab on any word. So whenever there is a zamma, fatha or kasra on any word, there must be a proper explanation and cause by which we are giving that i'rab to that word. So it is okay that what we memorize, that the mubtada and khabar should always have zamma on it. But why they should always have zamma on it? Why they cannot have fatha on it or kasra on it? So we say there is a amil, there is a assumed amil, that is called al-ibtida'u. Al-ibtida'u. Al-ibtida'u is a amil which gives zamma to the mubtada as well as khabar, and we do not use this we do not write this al-ibtida'u in a sentence, we assume. Now what is ibtida? So ibtida is actually not a amil. Ibtida means a starting. So what we assume here is that you can say whenever, or you can just translate the ibtida as a default i'rab. So what is the default i'rab in Arabic language? Zamma. So whenever you do not see any reason for any word having fatha on it or kasra on it, simply put the default i'rab, that is zamma on it. Okay, so ar-rajulu al-alimu does not have any kind of amil which gives which give fatha or kasra on it. That's why we are putting the default i'rab, that is zamma on it, and that default i'rab is known as al-ibtida'u. So whenever we say here the amil is ibtida, it means here the amil is a default, that is having zamma on it. Similarly, when you add inna on mubtada, so inna is a visible amil, so mubtada change its i'rab. When you add kana on mubtada khabar change its i'rab. So they do change their i'rab when there is a visible reason. If there is no reason, we assume there is a default i'rab ibtada having which gives zamma on it. Now then we learn that in harf there are some harf which comes on ism, there are some harf which comes on fail muzare only, not with mazi. So harf which use on ism, we have already learned about this, like harf jar comes on ism only. Huruf mushabba bi fail, that is inna, anna, laita, lakinna, they also come use with fail only, on ism only. Then we have la nafi jins and afale nakisa and all these other huruf which we have already learned in the book in that list. So these are the huruf which becomes the amil of ism. Now we have some huruf which becomes the amil for fele muzare, in which one is huruf nasiba. Huruf nasiba means these huruf which give zabar to fele muzare. Then we have huruf jazima which gives jazam or sukun to fele muzare, and again we have huruf, or you can say al-ibtida directly. Al-ibtida means default i'rab. Default i'rab means when any fele muzare does not have a word which gives jazam or nasab on it, then in that situation a fele muzare will have zamma on it. Now you may ask the question here, why a fele muzare cannot have kasra on it? So remember, a fail cannot accept kasra in on it in a normal circumstances. Yet there are some critical situations where a fail accept kasra, but in general fail does not accept a kasra i'rab on it. It is very similar where a ism does not accept jazm i'rab on it. You can give zamma, fatha, kasra on ism, but you cannot put sukoon on the last letter of ism. It is not right. Similarly, in fail, if the i'rab of fail muzare can be zamma, fatha, but it cannot be kasra, it can be jazm. Now, why I am saying fail muzare, not fail mazi? Because fail mazi is mabni, its i'rab and format is fixed. You cannot change the i'rab of fail mazi, so there is no need to use amil. There is no point of using amil there because it's not going to change its i'rab. So we use amil on fail muzare. So whenever the fail muzare having huruf which give nasab to fail muzare, we say this is amil huruf nasiba. When fail muzare have huruf which gives jazam to fail muzare, we say there is amil, fail muzare have amil huruf jazima. And when the fail muzare is cleared or emptied from huruf nasiba and jazima, we say here the i'rab of fail muzare is with default amil, that is al ibtida, which means fail muzare will have zamma on it, because zamma is the default i'rab of any word. Now, for understanding the use of huruf jazima and nasiba, we must understand fail muzare. What is fail muzare, how it created, and how we use fail muzare with huruf nasiba and huruf jazima. So let's understand fail muzare. Fail muzare. We have already understood fail mazi. In this video, we are going to learn about fail muzare. Fail muzare is made from fail mazi. First, understand what is fail muzare. In fail mazi, we understood that whenever something happened in past, we represent it with fail mazi. Then the fail mazi has four types: fail mazi musbat maruf, fail mazi manfi maruf, fail mazi musbat majhul, fail mazi manfi majhul. If you remember these types, it is very good, and if you do not, please recall that and then come later, because I am going to use that same thing here. Similarly, fail muzare also have four types, the same type, that is fail muzare musbat maruf, fail muzare manfi maruf, fail muzare musbat majhul, fail muzare manfi majhul. These are also the four types of fail mazi. We already knew the meaning of musbat, maruf, manfi, majhul, so I'm not going to repeat. And if you do not remember it, please go and look for the previous I think it should be video number 4 or 5 maybe. Now, how fail muzare created? Fail muzare made from mazi. But for understanding its creation, let's understand the sign, that is alamat muzare. Alamat muzare means sign of muzare. How can one able to understand whether this fail is mazi or muzare? So for fail mazi, there are some different signs. Similarly, for fail muzare, we have some fail muzare sign, that is alif, noon, ta and ya. These are the four signs of fail muzare, and these huruf always comes in the beginning of fail muzare. So see the difference. In fail mazi, the signs come in the ending of fail mazi, but in fail muzare, these signs use in the beginning of fail muzare. So alif use in the one sega, that is wahid mutakallim. I am going to use this, just remember, wait. Noon is used in one sega, that is Jama mutakallim. Ta used in 8 sega and ya used in 4 sega, that is Wahid Muzakkar Gaib, Tasniya Muzakkar Gaib, Jama Muzakkar Gaib and Jama Muannas Gaib. In these 4 sega we use ya in the beginning, rest of the sega we use ta in the end, in beginning, and in Wahid Mutakallim we use alif, and in Jama Mutakallim we use noon. In Muzare, when we want to use when we want to make tasniya, we follow the same rule we follow in ism. We add alif noon in the ending. When we want to make jama, we add waw noon in the ending, and in jama muannas hazir we use ya noon in the ending. How? Let's understand with this table. Now in this column I am going to use sega, that is paradigm. Here I am going to use fele mazi because muzare created from fele mazi. And sorry, first I am going to make fele mazi and then here fele muzare. So sega is Wahid Muzakkar Gaib, Fil Mazi is, let's have the example of Nasara. Now in Muzare created from Fil Mazi, so I am first writing Nasara. Now in Fele Muzare, first we add the sign of Fele Muzare. So in Wahid Muzakkar Gaib, we add ya in the beginning. So when we add ya in the beginning, the i'rab of noon converted to sukun, and the ya, or you can say the i'rab of ya swap with noon. So the noon gets sukun and ya get fatha of noon. Then we give zamma to the both letter. Yansuru. Now the translation of Yansuru is one man is helping or he will help, because Fele Muzare consists both translation, either happening in present or will happen in future, whereas the Mazi Nasara means he helped. Now Tasniya Muzakkar Gaib. Here we add alif in the ending. So this alif is the sign. Here this ya is the sign. Now when we are making tasniya, simply just copy this yansuru here. Let me first copy this yansuru. Not the literal copy, I am just going to write this. And what I told you, when you want to make tasniya, simply add alif noon in the ending, like we create tasniya in ism. When you add alif, simply give the fatha to the last letter, because before alif sukun we add fatha, and if there is a waw we will be adding zamma on ra. So the i'rab of ra keep changing what sign we add in the ending. So this alif noon is the sign of tasniya. Here two man is helping or he will or they will help. Then we have Jama Muzakkar Gaib. Here we are saying in Mazi Nasaru. This waw alif is the sign. Now in Fele Muzare, simply first copy Yansuru, because all sega made from it Yansuru, and add waw noon in the ending. So here ya is the sign of Muzare and alif noon is the sign of Tasniya. Here ya is the sign of Wahid Jama Muzakkar Gaib sega and waw noon is the sign of Jama. Then we have वाहिद मुअन्नस गायब. Nasarat. Why I am creating this sega and I am not pausing the video and I can just get it ready and then I can show you, but it is not good. I am writing in front of you so you can able to understand the each sega and how they are created. Nasarat, this is the sign of wahid muannas in mazi. In jama, in muzare, instead of yansuru, now we are adding tansuru, because in wahid muannas gaib, instead of ya we add ta. So now yansuru and tansuru seems same, just a difference of sign of muzare, that is ya and ta. Then tasniya muannas gaib, in mazi we write nasara ta. Here ta alif is the sign. Here we add tansu rani. Remember, this is not a surf class, so I'm not going to explain you everything about surf here. I'm simply writing the sega so I can able to explain you the use of huruf jazima and nasiba. Then we have jama muannas gaib, that is nasarna. Here nun having fatha is a sign of jama muannas gaib. Now here I am writing yansurna. Now you will see that this sega is totally different. Why? Because jama muannas gaib and jama muannas hazir in muzare, these two sega are mabni, they have their own format. Wahid muzakkar hazir, we write nasarta. In muzare we write tansuru, which is very similar to this sega. So now you may be asking the question that how can one able to understand whether the tansuru is for wahid muannas gaib or tansuru is for jama wahid muzakkar hazir. So the answer is simply look for the context and you will able to tell the difference. Tasniya muzakkar hazir, nasar tuma. In muzare we write tansu rani, jama muzakkar hazir, nasartum. In muzare we say tansuruna. Wahid muannas hazir, nasarti. Tansurina, because we are using ya sakin, so before ya there should be a kasra. Tansurina. Then tasniya muannas hazir, nasartuma, tansu rani. Then we have jama muannas hazir. In mazi we say nasartunna, and in muzare we say tansurna. Instead of yansurna we say tansurna, because I told you these two sega jama muannas gaib and hazir are mabni. Then we have wahid mutakallim. In mazi we say nasartu. In jama muzare we say ansuru. Here alif is the sign of muzare. Jama mutakallim nasar na. So here we are saying nansuru. Here noon is the sign of muzare, jama mutakallim. So this fe'l muzare is fe'l muzare musbat maruf. If you want to add say manfi, simply add la here. La yansuru, he is not helping or he will not help. So this is manfi. Let me help you understand this. Fe'l muzare musbat maruf, that is yansuru. Then we have fe'l muzare manfi maruf, that is la yansur. Simply just add a la before it. In the mazi we add ma, in muzare we add la. Then we have fe'l muzare musbat majhul. Here in majhul we simply swap the i'rab again. Like first we used to write yansuru. In majhul the i'rab of swad will be swapped with the i'rab of sign of muzare. So it should be now yunsaru. Tasniya will be yunsarani and jama will be yunsaruna, similar like this. But this is not surf class, so I am not going to write the all sega. Fe'l muzare manfi majhul, that is la yunsaru. Now this is fe'l muzare. On fe'l muzare sometime lam or lan is added. Whenever lam or lan added on fe'l muzare, they make some changes in fe'l muzare. What are these changes? Try to understand. Suppose before ya, when I am saying lam, this lam will remove the zamma of ra and give sukun. Now this is lam yansur. Similarly, okay, jumping to the next topic, first understand this. What did the lam did here? Here lam simply give jazam to the muzare. So that's why we are saying lam is a huruf jazima. Lam is a harf and it gives jazam to fe'l muzare. So lam is harf jazima. Now whenever the lam added with a sega of tasniya, lam. So whenever the lam added on tasniya, the noon is removed. Now it become lam yansura. Similarly, if you add a lam here, it will become lam yansuru. When you add a lam here, it become tansuri. Lam tansuri. That's the effect of lam. And what does the lam, after adding lam, what is the translation of fe'l muzare? So lam simply convert the meaning of fe'l muzare similar to the mazi manfi mane translation. So whatever the ma nasara means, the same meaning can be provided by using lam yansur. So it means lam convert the meaning of fe'l muzare to mazi manfi. That's the use of lam. Now suppose instead of lam, when we add lan on fe'l muzare, lan simply removes zamma and add fatha on it. That's why lan is known as huruf nasiba, a harf which give nasab to fe'l muzare, and it also remove the noon of tasniya and jama from fe'l muzare, like lan yansura. We cannot say lan yansurani. Noon is removed. And what effect happen and after using lan in translation? Lan simply learn simply. Fix the translation of fele muzare to the future in negative form. So lan yansura means he will never ever help. He will never ever help. That's the use of lan. So lan is hurufe nasiba. So similar to lam and lan, there are similar to lan and lam, there are some other huruf nasiba and jazima too. Like huruf nasiba, there is kai and izan. So for an and lan, we understood. Sorry, in huruf nasiba, we only learn about lan, but you understood what's the effect and how it happened on fele muzare. And similarly for huruf jazima, I also explain you, but there are some more huruf jazima which we are going to read in the next section. Now let's translate this. Yajtahidu is a fail, at-talibu is a file. Now lam is lam takai li yanjah. So why li yanjah? Because after li there is an hidden, so it should be yanjahu, but now an is added, so it's yanjaha. The student is hard working. A student is working hard so that he may succeed. Lan yafuza al kaslanu. Lan added on fele muzare. So it was before adding lan, it was yafuzu with zamma. When lan is added, it yafuza. Kaslanu is file. The lazy person will never ever succeed. Jitu, I came, kai, so that, ata'allamu, I learn from you. Ata'allama, because when kai is added, there is unhidden here. So ata'allama, so I learn from you. Lam yakun, lam added on fele muzare gives sukun. Lam yakun ashurtiyu, the policeman. Li yasra, saraka yasruku, li yasruka. Yasruka means steal. There was no police, so he steal, or he steals. La ta'kulu, sorry, la ta'kul. This is la mein nahi. So la ta'kul hatta tajua. So lam here is lam jazima, and hatta, after hatta there is a an, and this is tajua. Do not eat until you are hungry. Inna Allaha ya'murukum an tasbahu. It was actually tasbahuna, but when an is added, noon is removed and it becomes tasbahu bakaratan. Indeed, Allah is giving you order that you all should slaughter a cow. Isna, it's amr. Al maruf, behave good. Fatanala ashukra, so you will receive grateful, or you will receive a greets. So it was fatanalu, but after fa there is unhidden, so fatanala instead of tanalu. Fa arada rabbuka, so your Rabb decided. Ay yablugha, it was actually yablughani, but an is added, so noon is removed and it become yablugha ashuddahuma, to their strength. Wa yastakhrija, and again waw is harfe atf, so here an is also hidden here. Yastakhrija kanzahuma, so they will dig out their wealth. So now in the section 4 we are going to learn about huruf jazima inshallah ta'ala. Assalamu-Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Remember, it is not okay to learn only from video. During if you are watching this video and if you are not able to understand anything, simply call me, message me, and I will help you inshallah. Because it is it is not possible for any student to simply learn from the video and they can understand everything, or without any further help, and they can able to understand 100% from the video content. But still, if you are able to understand, that is very good and awesome, mashallah. But do not feel hesitation in contacting me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.